नमस्कार दोस्तों, स्वागत है आपका के न्यूज़ 2027 में। तो चलिए देखते हैं आज की हेडलाइंस। द पॉलिटिकल स्टोरी बिहाइंड मोदीज न्यू पार्लियामेंट एंड सेंगोल। It is hard to believe today that Mountbatten Ji Ki Jai was heard among many slogans celebrating Jawaharlal Nehru, Mahatma Gandhi and Bharat Mata that people shouted in the streets of Delhi the day India got its freedom from British rule in 1947. Contrary to the popular imagination, we did not drive the British out. The post-colonial state was post-colonial merely as a statement of fact that it came chronologically after the colonizer departed and not as the despiter of an idea of a clean break from the past. The state Nehru came to head inherited colonial structures that continued to produce the states of coloniality. India retained colonial laws, colonial military apparatus and colonial civil service as well as the colonial self-definition. The coloniality lived on in institution, ideas and buildings. 13 years later, when Gabon got its freedom from French rule, its new president proclaimed Gabon is independent, but between Gabon and France nothing has changed. Everything goes on as before. Nehru, a friend of Lord and Lady Mountbatten, who described himself as the last Englishman to rule India, didn't say as much, but he was to become the chief intellectual between European ideas and India's masses. Socialism and modernity were two key ideas that Nehru challenged from the West to India. Both of them are getting a burial 75 years later as Prime Minister Narendra Modi reinvents India from a post-colonial to a decolonial state, a state that ruptures the continuity between the colonial and the post-colonial. Navin Patnaik hedges his political bets by skipping Niti Aayog meeting. A week after Odisha Chief Minister Navin Patnaik praised Prime Minister Narendra Modi over his visions for the country during the flagging of the Vande Bharat Express train from Puri, the Biju Janata Dal BJD chief quietly skipped the important governing council meeting of Niti Aayog chaired by PM on Saturday. Though he was all set to fly to Delhi to attend the Niti Aayog meeting, the Odisha CM, who visited Delhi early this month and denied any plans for his party joining the opposition front ahead of 2024 polls, changed his mind at the last minute. People familiar with the matter in the Chief Minister's office CMO said Patnaik stayed back to oversee the preparation of 4th anniversary of the 5th term as CM. A series of review programs of government performances were pre-scheduled. He is also undertaking the review of the fulfillment of promises made in 2019 BJD manifesto, said a CMO official who did not wish to be named. Patnaik took oath as CM for the 5th time on May 29, 2019. State aims to contribute 10% to country's economy, CM. Presenting Gujarat's development vision at the 8th Governing Council meeting of Niti Aayog in Delhi on Saturday, Chief Minister Bhupendra Patel said Gujarat has set a target of contributing more than 10% of the country's economy in the next few years. Highlighting the state's focus on achieving green growth with renewable energy RE, Patel shared Gujarat's renewable energy capacity has reached 20 gigawatts GW, which is 15% of India's capacity. He added that the government has drawn up an ambitious green hydrogen generation plan and aims to generate 100 GW of RE in the near future. The PM has set a vision to make India a $5 trillion economy in the coming years. Gujarat, in line with the PM's vision, has set a target to contribute 10% or more to the national economy. An official statement quoted the CM as saying at the Niti Aayog Governing Council meeting. Oman has posted $2.97 billion budget surplus in 2022, state news agencies said. Oman posted a budget surplus of 1.144 million rials, $2.97 billion, to the end of 2022, the Omani state news agency said. Budget revenue were 14.473 billion rials, a 37% increase from estimated revenues, while expenditures were recorded at 13.329 billion rials, the news agency added on Sunday. Union government suffocating state by cutting financial grants, Kerala Finance Minister. Kerala Finance Minister K.N. Balagopal alleged on Saturday, May 27, that the union government is suffocating the state by cutting down on its rightful share of grants and loans. This is done for obvious political reasons and is a challenge for the people of Kerala. There should be a protest against the attitude of the union government. Reducing the grants and cutting down on loans will bring the development of the state to a grinding halt, Balagopal said. The minister said the borrowing limit has been slashed down to Rs 15,390 crore, which is half of what Kerala was entitled to borrow, Rs 32,000 crore. They have not disclosed the reason why the borrowing limit is cut down, he said. The left government in Kerala is now planning to rope in the Congress-led opposition to state a joint protest against the union government on this issue. The limit for availing loans was fixed at Rs 32,440 crore during the present fiscal, but permission so far has been given to avail loans of only Rs 15,390 crore. In the previous fiscal, the limit was Rs 23,000 crore. India conducts National Cyber Defense Exercise to safeguard critical infrastructure amid escalating threats. India's national security agencies, in collaboration with the tri-services, are presently engaged in a week-long cyber defense exercise to assess the durability of India's essential civilization and military infrastructure, as stated by knowledgeable officials. With the threat of cyber attacks from China and other adversaries intensifying Delhi, the exercise is aimed to the testing at the resilience of India's critical infrastructure. LED by the Defense Cyber Agency DCYA, the cyber security drills involve the participation of various brand national security, all focused on evaluating the effectiveness of the protect firewalls that safeguard India's vital infrastructure. While the government maintains a discreet stance on the matter, this effort underscores the significance placed on fortifying India's critical assets against potential cyber threats. Following collaborative cyber security efforts within the Quad framework, a recent cyber defense exercise has been initiated in response to the discovery of Chinese sleeper malware in Australia and Japanese networks, as revealed by the US cyber experts. The identifier malware is typically implanted with critical networks remaining dormant for extended period. Activation of the bug by China allows for potential disruption of critical infrastructure or extraction of confidential data, as explained by an official familiar with the matter. Tamil Nadu Raj Bhavan thanks PM for fulfilling the long-felt national aspirations. The Tamil Nadu Raj Bhavan has thanked Prime Minister Narendra Modi for glorifying the long civilization evolution of Bharat and reflecting her vision of Vishwaguru. The Raj Bhavan in a tweeted post said, "Heartfelt thanks to our beloved Prime Minister Thiru Narendra Modi for fulfilling the long-felt national aspiration of having a magnificent modern parliament building that glorifies the long civilization evolution of Bharat and reflects her vision of Vishwaguru. Hashtag my parliament, my pride." Prime Minister Narendra Modi dedicated the new parliament building to the nation on Sunday. He installed the historic Sengol near the Lok Sabha Speaker's chair. 5-year-old boy in US undergoes emergency operation after swallowing 40 pieces of gum. A 5-year-old boy in the United States underwent an emergency medical procedure after swallowing a large quantity of chewing gum, resulting in an obstructed gastrointestinal tract. According to a case study published in JEM Reports, the unidentified boy was taken to the emergency room in Ohio with severe cramps and diarrhea, as the 40 pieces of gum he had swallowed a day before formed a clump in his stomach. At first, clinicians checked the 5-year-old boy for bezoars, otherwise known as the indigestible foreign objects that children tend to swallow. The team of doctors led by Dr. Cheesy of the Cleveland Clinic then discovered his gummed up stomach with scans that revealed a large mass. As per the study, the doctors removed the gum by placing a metal tube down his throat and using forceps to grasp the buildup. The 5-year-old suffered a sore throat due to multiple passes undertaken to extract the sticky glob but he was later discharged without long-term health consequences. The doctor stated that the 5-year-old boy was lucky the gum had not gone onto the block his instant sign, which could turn fatal. IPL final match, Chennai Super King versus Gujarat Titans. Rain gets heavier in Ahmedabad, puddles of water form, chances of play unlikely. After a brief respite, it has started to pour heavily in Ahmedabad as we hope for some positive news soon. The match has already been delayed for over 2 hours from its scheduled time and the chances of a rain-curtailed contest has increased. As per an official update, the match will be played only if it started by 9:35 p.m. which is now out of the equation. The cut-off time for 5 overs aside is 12:06 am, and if the match isn't played tonight, it will shift to the reserve day, which is tomorrow. Meanwhile, fans have thronged at the venue, most of them in yellow jersey with Dhoni written on the back. In CSK managed to lift the trophy, it will be their 5th IPL title. Gujarat, on the other hand, are looking to successfully defend their IPL champions crown. The IPL match has been postponed due to heavy rain will be played on May 29. The IPL 2023 final between Chennai Super King and Gujarat Titans has been postponed due to heavy rains and it will now be played on Monday, May 29, which is the reserve day. Going by the data available on weather.com, rains are not predicted on the reserve day, but the conditions are expected to remain overcast with wind speed ranging between 10 to 15 km/h. ऐसे ही और न्यूज़ को जानने के लिए जुड़े रहिए के न्यूज़ 24/7 के साथ।